Hello and welcome to Amorphophallus. If you're fascinated by rare, unusual, and gigantic plants, you've come to the right place. This channel is dedicated to exploring the extraordinary world of Amorphophallus and other exotic plants, from their mysterious life cycles to their record-breaking blooms. Today, we're diving into one of the strangest plants on Earth, Rafflesia arnoldii. Known as the world's largest individual flower, this parasitic plant has no leaves, stems, or roots of its own. Instead, it steals nutrients from its host plant and produces a bloom that smells like rotting flesh. But why does it do this? And how does it survive? Stick around as we uncover the mysteries of this bizarre botanical wonder. When people think of flowers, they usually imagine colorful petals, pleasant fragrances, and green leaves. But Rafflesia arnoldii is nothing like an ordinary flower. It doesn't have green leaves because it doesn't photosynthesize. It doesn't even have its own roots or stem. Instead, it lives as a parasite inside a vine and completely depends on its host for nutrients. When it finally blooms, it transforms into a giant, flesh-colored flower with thick petals covered in white spots. But the most famous thing about this plant is its horrible smell. Instead of attracting bees or butterflies, it lures carrion flies, the same insects that are drawn to dead animals. This is why it's often called the corpse flower. Rafflesia arnoldii belongs to the plant kingdom under the order Malpighiales. It is part of the Rafflesiaceae family within the Rafflesia genus. It is classified as one of the most unique flowering plants due to its parasitic nature and record-breaking size. This unique plant is found only in the dense rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo, making it one of the rarest flowers in the world. Rafflesia arnoldii is not a flower that you can grow in your garden. It thrives only in the humid, tropical rainforests of Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and the Philippines. It requires a very specific environment and relies entirely on a host plant called Tetrastigma, a type of vine related to grapes. Because this plant is so sensitive to environmental changes, it is disappearing from many of its natural habitats. Deforestation, land development, and climate change are making it harder and harder for Rafflesia to survive in the wild. Rafflesia's life cycle is one of the most mysterious in the plant world. Unlike most flowers that start as a sprout growing from the ground, Rafflesia begins as tiny, invisible strands of filaments living inside the Tetrastigma vine. It remains completely hidden, feeding on the nutrients from its host for months or even years. One day, a small bud appears on the surface of the vine. Over the next 9 to 12 months, this bud slowly grows into what will become the world's largest flower. Then suddenly, it bursts open. The flower expands into a massive bloom that can reach up to 1 meter in diameter and weigh up to 10 kilograms. The inside of the flower is deep, dark red, almost like a cavern. But this incredible sight lasts for only a short time. After 5 to 7 days, the flower starts to rot, turning black and disappearing into the forest floor. Because of this short blooming period, even scientists have difficulty studying Rafflesia in the wild. One of the most shocking things about Rafflesia arnoldii is its horrible smell. While most flowers have sweet fragrances to attract bees or butterflies, Rafflesia does the opposite. It releases a strong odor that smells like rotting meat. This is because Rafflesia relies on carrion flies for pollination. When a fly detects the smell, it lands on the flower and crawls inside, searching for food. As it moves around, it picks up pollen. When it flies to another Rafflesia flower, it transfers the pollen, allowing fertilization to occur. This unique pollination strategy helps Rafflesia survive, but it also makes it one of the strangest plants in the world. Despite being so famous, Rafflesia arnoldii is incredibly difficult to find in the wild. There are several reasons why this plant is so rare. First, its blooming is completely unpredictable. It can take months or even years for a bud to develop, and once it does, the flower only lasts a few days before rotting away. Second, Rafflesia relies entirely on the Tetrastigma vine. If this vine disappears due to deforestation, Rafflesia cannot survive. Third, unlike other plants, Rafflesia cannot be grown in greenhouses. Scientists have tried many times to cultivate it outside its natural habitat, but the plant simply doesn't survive. Fourth, habitat destruction is a major threat. Many of the forests where Rafflesia grows are being cleared for agriculture, logging, and urban development. As these forests disappear, Rafflesia populations decline as well. Because of these factors, even researchers and conservationists struggle to protect and study this plant. With deforestation and illegal plant collection threatening Rafflesia arnoldii, conservation efforts are more important than ever. National parks and protected reserves have been established to conserve its habitat. Educational programs are being created to teach locals about the importance of protecting this rare species. Ecotourism initiatives are also being developed, allowing people to see Rafflesia without damaging the plant or its environment. Although it is challenging to preserve Rafflesia, efforts are being made to protect this incredible flower before it disappears forever. Rafflesia arnoldii is truly one of nature's most fascinating mysteries. Its massive flowers appear seemingly out of nowhere, and its entire life cycle depends on a single host, Tetrastigma, a vine that provides the only environment where Rafflesia can grow. Without Tetrastigma, Rafflesia cannot survive, making it nearly impossible to cultivate outside its natural habitat. Love learning about rare and exotic plants? Subscribe to Amorphophallus for more deep dives into the world of Amorphophallus, Rafflesia, and other unique species. And while Rafflesia itself is impossible to grow, you can still bring a piece of its ecosystem into your collection. We offer Tetrastigma species, the essential host plant for Rafflesia, along with a variety of rare and exotic plants like Amorphophallus, Alocasia, Anthurium, and more. Visit our website now at amorphophallus.co.id or click the link in the description and start your journey into the world of botanical rarities. That wraps up our journey exploring the fascinating Rafflesia arnoldii today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you found this as intriguing as I did. See you in the next video.